Good evening, weary travellers. Welcome to Read and Roll. I am Jack Tar Lad. This is the show where we bring on an unsuspecting guest to quest their way through a fighting fantasy choose-your-own-adventure game book. Last week we had Tomby on the channel, and he did fantastically well, worked through about 3 hours of the book, only to succumb to the zombies of Firetop Mountain. But this week we've got a returning guest. Last time he was on the show, he managed to get a little bit through the first beginning of the book. He's going to be playing Caverns of the Snow Witch yet again, so a man who needs no introduction, so he's not going to get one. It's Abe. How you doing, Abe? Good to see you, buddy.
Hello. I'm good. How are you doing, Jack?
Terrible. No, I'm all right. We have very few people in the chat at the moment, so I'm sure they'll start filtering through soon.
Yep.
We're going to sort of catch up with where we were last time, where your game ended. So I'm going to just switch straight, because obviously... Oh, I'll tell you what, we'll do a few things before I do that. If you wouldn't mind, boys and girls, I have actually started a new Rumble channel, and I'm hoping to be working towards the Rumble Creator program. But in order to do that, I need to get 100 subscribers or followers on Rumble throughout all of my accounts on Rumble. So here is a new one. I've just put it in the chat there. If you wouldn't mind going to rumble.com channel Read and Roll, and give me a follow over there. I'm at 69 followers. Great number.
Nice.
69. Yes, nice. Nice. 69 followers across all of my sort of Rumble accounts. That means I'm 31 away from being eligible for going into the creator program. So I really want to build up the numbers over there. I will be going live on Rumble soon enough. At the moment, though, you can watch the replays of the previous shows that we did. Don't forget also, like, share, subscribe. Where's the thing? Where's the doobry? I can't do it on this scene. If I swap over to this, then I can do the like, share, subscribe, do the things.
Yeah.
I am also... I actually created a mirror channel on YouTube as well. Where's it gone now? Where's my link? Sorry about this. I've lost the link. It's JTL Read and Roll. There we go. That's the one. I'll put this link in the chat as well. Thank you, Anonymous, for following on Rumble. It's good to see you in the chat. Thanks for joining us, mate. There he is, look. Yeah, so we're working towards monetization on Rumble. I'm also what is it, 125 now. I'm at 375 subscribers on YouTube on this channel. So I'm 125 followers or subscribers away from monetization eligibility on the Jack Tar Lad channel, and hopefully, you know, we'll get up there soon. Anyway, so let's drop into this panel, and so you're going to be continuing your journey through the Caverns of the Snow Witch, which is nice.
Yeah.
Let's get your adventure sheet up, see what you were dealing with. Yes, so when we left you last time, you used none of your lifelines. You've got an initial skill of 11, stamina of 20, and 9 of luck. But your current scores are 10 on the skill, 20 on the stamina, and 5 on the luck. And in your equipment, you have 9 provisions. You found a warhammer and a spear.
Yep.
Where did you get the warhammer from?
I got it alongside the spear.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. I picked up all the weapons.
Did. Yes.
But I may not have the spear anymore because I used that to kill the Yeti.
Yes, you became a spear chucker in the last...
I was indeed, yes. I'm reformed now, though.
You're a reformed spear chucker.
Yes.
I am still one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just... I should have set all these things. I'm a consummate professional on this channel. Setting up my camera.
It's all part of the entertainment.
And I'm gonna boost your mic a little bit. Say hello again.
Hello.
Ah, that's better. Just boosted your mic.
Nice.
Nice. Now we've got Kadath in the chat. Greg's been on the show. Hey up, Duck. Anonymous prefers Rumble as YouTube does not like his thoughts. No, they don't like free thought.
I don't think YouTube likes thought, full stop.
So we'll get straight into the book again. You were on paragraph 67. You just killed a Yeti by chucking the spear at it, and you're talking to a dying man. So here we go. You ready, Abe?
I'm ready. Let's roll.
You got your dice roller ready?
I got it ready.
Ready. Okay, here we go then. So I'm going to read through this chapter again. We did get to the end of this chapter in the last episode that you did, but I'm going to read through it again just to refresh us all. So, you kneel down beside the fur trapper and turn him over slowly. His eyes are barely open and blood trickles down from the corner of his mouth. The Yeti has gouged deep wounds in his chest, and you realize that there is no hope of saving him. With a great effort, he reaches up and grabs you round the neck, pulling you down so that you can hear his dying words. He thanks you for trying to save him and insists on telling you his secret. In terrible pain, he struggles to whisper his story. He tells you that he's lived in the mountains for most of his life, hunting animals and trading their furs. But for the last 5 years, he has been searching for the legendary Crystal Caves. These caves have been cut out of a glacier by the followers of the Snow Witch, a beautiful yet evil sorceress who is trying to use her dark powers to bring on an ice age so that she can rule supreme over the world. The entrance to the Crystal Caves is high up on a mountain. It is open but hidden by an illusion. The unfortunate fur trapper found it by accident only yesterday when he saw one of the Snow Witch's warriors seemingly walk straight through an ice wall and disappear. The trapper left a piece of fur hanging over the entrance so that he could find it again the next day. Sadly, the Yeti has put an end to his hopes. He asks you to enter the caves to slay the vile Snow Witch and leave her followers without their leader. There are legends about great treasures being frozen into the wall of the Snow Witch's lair, which would provide ample reward. The fur trapper suddenly grips you hard and then falls back silently into the snow. He's dead. You cover him with snow before deciding what to do. 50 gold pieces await you if you return with evidence of the Yeti's death to Big Jim's son. But the thought of a quest through the crystal caves beneath Icefinger Mountains excites you. And you decide to set off and find them. You're not really given a choice here.
Nope.
So, here we go then. Let's get into it.
Test your luck in the snow.
Now that the snow has stopped falling, the sky is clear and blue. The air is cold and crisp and the snow crunches beneath your feet. Slowly you make your way up the mountainside, looking for the cave entrance marker left by the fur trapper. Suddenly you hear a distant rumbling from above, the terrifying sound of an avalanche. Test your luck in the snow. If you're lucky, turn to 163. If you're unlucky, turn to 109. So let's bring up your adventure sheet. Don't forget you can ask for the sheet to be brought up at any time you like. And I'd like you to roll 2d6, please, and you've got to get 5 or below, or on 2d6.
Well, given the kind of rolls I had last time, it's not looking too bad.
You were unlucky, I'm afraid. And we're just going to deduct 1 from your luck score as well. Hopefully you'll get into a situation soon where you can start boosting up some of that luck again.
Yeah. Unlucky, 109.
I just thought about something.
Yeah?
In this book, do you get the option to take a potion with you?
Well, I did have a strength potion last time, and I used that to recover my stamina. I don't think there's any other potions I had, though.
Fair enough. Okay, you were unlucky, turn to 109. You look up and you see great cascades of snow tumbling down the mountainside. With horror, you realise that you are standing in the path of an avalanche. You look around to see an outcrop under which you could shelter. The approaching mass of snow is no more than 100 meters away and you struggle to run for cover. Roll 2 dice. If the total is the same or less than your skill score, turn to 81. So it's kind of like another luck roll.
Again.
So you got to get 10 or below, which should be fairly easy. 10 or below on 2d6, please. Yeah, you
nice.
did it. No worries. Okie dokie. Here we go then. You dive under the outcrop as the snow crashes down all around. Pressing yourself as close as you can to the ice-covered wall of the shelter, you wait until the avalanche has passed. With a sigh of relief, you set off again in search of the crystal caves. You make your way slowly up the mountain until you reach the rock face that is too steep to climb. You walk around the side until you see a massive wall of ice which completely blocks a gully between 2 peaks of the mountain, the glacier. Your heart leaps as you catch sight of a piece of fur hanging on a wall by the ice trapper. Although you cannot see the entrance, you walk straight ahead. You shut your eyes as you think you are about to walk into a wall of ice, but you walk straight through the illusion and find yourself inside a long tunnel carved into the ice. You walk down, and soon you arrive at a T-junction. If you wish to turn left, turn to 395. If you wish to turn right, turn to 215.
Let's go left.
Okay. Why don't you want to work, bloody bastard?
Fuck you, bloody.
For some reason, the, there it is. Okay. The tunnel bends round to the right. As you turn the corner, you almost bump into a tall, pale-skinned humanoid coming the other way. He's wearing a white cloak with a hood pulled over his head. He's a mountain elf, one of the Snow Witch's followers. Will you nod your head at him and walk by nonchalantly? Tell him that you've come to join the Snow Witch's followers, or attack him with your sword.
Ooh. I think I'm just gonna play it off and just nod at him and carry on walking.
Okay. It's a bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off. Something's going on with this book today. It's not allowing me to click the frickin' things.
Yeah.
This is peculiar. So, test your luck.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So, I think you've got to get 4 or below on 2d6. Yeah, 4.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, no.
Shit. Okay. The mountain elf looks surprised and asks why you're not wearing your obedience collar. You see that he's wearing a metal collar around his neck, which glows with semi-darkness. Sorry, in the semi-darkness. And realize that it must be the collar that he's talking about. If you wish to reply that you have put on weight recently and you're having your collar widened, turn to 70. If you would rather attack the elf before he raises the alarm, turn to 382.
Yeah, I'm going to be a smart ass and tell him I'm having the collar widened. Because there's so much food up in these mountains where all the snow is.
Okie dokie. The mountain elf laughs and says that he never puts on any weight, but if he was fortunate enough to be able to take off his collar, he might try to run away. He has hardly finished the sentence when he screams in pain. He tries in vain to pull the obedience collar from his neck, begging for forgiveness at the top of his voice from an unseen master. He finally stops screaming and slumps to the floor, his face dripping with sweat. You ask him if he is alright, but he does not respond. Lose 1 luck point.
Bloody hell.
Shit. It's not looking good at the minute, mate.
No.
In regards to your luck, you are being very unlucky.
Yeah, what else is new?
Okay. I seem to be having a few technical difficulties at the moment with the Dubry Firkins. Anyway, I'm just going to say hello to some extra people who are coming in at the moment. A guy who is sleepy. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for coming back. It's good to have you join the next adventure. And we've got Rick here as well. Good to see you, buddy. Has Abe failed and died yet? No, not yet. He's getting close to it, though, I think. Right. So you've lost a luck point. You decide to leave him and press on down the tunnel. The tunnel forks and you must decide quickly which way to go. You can hear the sound of running feet coming down the branch to your right. If you wish to run down the left branch, turn to 321. If you would rather head down the right branch to face whoever is coming towards you, turn to 145.
Let's head towards him. Let's run down the right branch.
Down the right branch, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ. You draw your sword and head down the tunnel. 2 goblins with ugly faces run into view, both wearing glowing metal collars around their necks. They see you and advance, snarling with daggers drawn. You fight them one at a time in the narrow tunnel. So, one after the other. Right, okay then, here we go. The first battle of the this next episode. So here we go. So to start the first battle, your first goblin enemy has a stamina of 5 and a skill of 5. So if you wouldn't mind rolling 2d6 for the enemy, please. 2 and a 2. Okay. Not bad. And 2 for yourself, please. A 6 and a 3. That's awesome. That gives you 19. You definitely won that round.
Nice.
Give me a second. I'm going to restart this Excel spreadsheet because it's acting up on me.
Yeah, no problem. Maybe it's my low luck points has actually poisoned the Excel sheet itself.
It's cursed, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't seem to want to be... Unless it's my keyboard. Maybe my keyboard needs a battery. That could be it, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway. 2d6 for... Oh, sorry, hang on a second. I'll take away... Christ almighty, it's not working at all. Take away 2 stamina points for the enemy there, and if you can roll 2d6... Oh, well, I'm assuming that you don't want to test your luck.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Hell no.
2d6 for the enemy then, please. A 4. A 4 and a 3. God damn it. Nah, I think I'm going to have to change the battery in my keyboard. I do apologise about this.
Yeah, it's no
you can
problem.
just give me 2 seconds.
Yeah. No, Greg, I haven't built a massive base yet.
Luckily, I keep my batteries on hand.
Sweet.
Yeah, we'll see. Because if this doesn't work, then I might have to call the stream early.
Yeah, I have to save for another time.
Oh, shit.
Oh. You're breaking the illusion, Jack.
Yeah, the immersion has been completely shattered now.
Can I defeat my enemies with Excel spreadsheets?
Right. Hopefully, that will have solved the issue.
Okay.
No, it doesn't seem to have. It seems to be something wrong with the spreadsheet.
What, does everything else work in anything else?
Let's see. I feel like I'm getting interference with the receiver of my wireless keyboard and mouse.
I mean, you could always just do the classic and pull the receiver out and plug it back in again.
I think I might have to, you know?
Yeah.
It's almost like I'm getting some jamming from somewhere.
Yeah. I think it's Rick Cleary in chat trying to sabotage me. And he can only achieve it by messing up your systems.
See, I'm getting no response from the keyboard at all now, but I am from the mouse, so I got a feeling that I've put a dead battery in the keyboard. Technical difficulties.
Okay, Uncle Martin, I'll blame you next time. No worries.
See, so I'm able to type in the chat perfectly fine. It's the Babylon jamming my pirate broadcast. Right, let's see if we can get back into it.
Yeah.
I do apologise for that, everyone at home. I'll just quickly say hello to Davey Verse. Good to see you, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Psychotic Mongoose. Pleasure to see you as always.
Aye.
Uncle Martin. Hi there. And who else? There was someone else. Steve. Yes, hello, mate. Good to see you all. Thanks for joining us again. Right, I think the oh, and Major Zap just popped in. Hello there, mate.
Hey, Major?
I'm going to try and continue and see what happens. Right.
It's going to be like a 6-hour stream, and half of it is you just trying to get your keyboard and mouse working.
Okay. So, you rolled a 4 and a 3.
Mm-hmm.
That gives them 12. So, if you can roll 2d6 for yourself now, please. Nice.
Nice.
Exactly. 6 and a 4 gives you 20. You win that attack round. That support their stamina down to 1. You just got to get one more hit and that's it. You're done.
Okay.
For this enemy.
2d6?
Yes, please. 2 and a 4 gives them 11. And 2 for yourself, please. Nice. 5 and a 5 gives you 20. You've destroyed that enemy. And so your next enemy has a skill of 5 and a stamina of 4. So 2 successful attack rounds and you're done. So cool. 2d6 for the enemy, please.
Ooh.
6 and a 3 gives them 14. And 6 and a 4 gives you 20. Nice. So you win that attack round. We'll bring their stamina down to 2.
Okay.
Next attack round. 3 and 3 gives them 11. And 2 for yourself, please. Nice. You definitely won that round.
On a roll.
You are 22. Well done, mate. You won the attack round. That means you've defeated the enemy. Good job, buddy. That's awesome.
Nice.
Well done.
That's probably
Fantastic.
The best luck I've ever had playing these games. Against 2 of the weakest enemies as well, I imagine.
Pause when not visible and pause when visible. Yeah, why did it stop? So that... Sorry, I'm talking to myself. Well, congratulations. Anyway, mate, you did it. You successfully beat those 2 little bastard goblins, and so we can carry on down the narrow tunnel.
Cool.
Well, first of all, it looks like we're going to search through the clothing of the goblins and find some salted fish, a candle, and 2 gold pieces, which you decide to take along with their daggers. The metal collars around their necks have stopped glowing, but you cannot remove them. After putting the goblins' possessions in your backpack, you set off further down the tunnel. So, do you want to take any or all of those things?
I'll take all of them.
So, salted fish.
A candle and 2 gold pieces. I'm ironically... Oh, and the daggers as well. I'm ironically going to be a loot goblin after having killed goblins. I'm embracing my goblin destiny.
Salted fish, daggers, 2 gold, and a dildo. Oh, a candle. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. No, really... No. No, that's in near the backpack.
That's in Greg's backpack.
Yeah, I borrowed it from him. He's more experienced in these matters.
Right, so on to 106. Further ahead, in the left-hand wall of the tunnel, you see a gap. You walk up to it and peer round to see a cave in which a Neanderthal is stripping the skin off a moose. Not an anonymous.
Neanderthal?
Yes. Like just
I thought
hanging
they died out like 20,000 years ago or something.
You got it. Hey, when Smoo played this, he was murdered by a fucking mammoth. Yeah. Like on the first decision that he made.
Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame for that one.
Anyway, he's stripping the skin off an on a moose, making it ready for the large simmering stew pot behind him. He's working very slowly and is being yelled at by the gnome cook, who is wearing a white apron and waving a wooden spoon in the air. If you wish to enter the crude kitchen, turn to 95. If you would rather creep past the entrance, turn to 267.
Nah, let's go in the kitchen.
Bold strategy. Okay, here we go. The gnome walks up to you and shouts, "Get out! Dinner will not be ready for another 2 hours. You'll hear the bell. Mind you, you look a little worse for wear, so you can have this stale cake if you wish." The gnome points at a piece of cake lying at the table. If you wish to take the cake and leave, turn to 290. If you would rather attack the Snow Witch's servants, turn to 187.
I'll take the cake.
I'm going to take that cake. Live editing, folks. What did it say? There was something else in there that it said. Lying at the table, not am the table. Sound like a bleed, like you're from Wolverhampton.
No, it's just a really bad Beatles song. I am the table, cuckoo cachoo.
So we're taking the cake.
Yep.
I'll just log your current position, 95. So 290. You leave the cake. Wait, what? Did I click the wrong one? It's all going on tonight, you know, boys and girls. You want to take the cake. So you want to take the cake.
I want to take the cake, yeah.
Okay, but then when we go there, it says you leave the cake and turn... Oh, you leave the cave. Fucking hell.
No, fuck it. I'll take the cave with me. I'll take the whole thing. I'm going full-blown Luke Goblin.
Jesus Christ. Okay, you leave the cave and turn left back into the tunnel, eating the cake as you go. It's stale and virtually tasteless, but gives you a little energy, so add 1 stamina point. Okay.
Yes.
You are currently at your initial stamina, so I can't add any to it, I'm afraid.
Oh, come on. Not even a little one.
Not even a little one. Not even a smidge. Yeah.
God damn it.
I'm an asshole. What can I say?
Asshole.
In the distance, you hear chanting voices. Before long, the tunnel ends at the entrance to a large cavern. Kneeling down before an ice effigy in the shape of a demon, their hooded faces pressed to the ice floor in worship, are 10 of the Snow Witch's followers. There are 2 exits from the cave, one to your left and one to your right. If you are wearing a cloak, turn to 384. You're not, so we'll turn to 260. You breathe in deeply and walk casually through the cavern towards the tunnel to your right. You are almost at the entrance to the tunnel when the worshippers stop their chanting. They stand up and one of them calls out to you asking why you did not stop to sing the praises of the Frozen One. If you have a magic flute, you can tell them that you have been ordered to go and play it for the Snow Witch. Otherwise, you may fight them or try to run for the tunnel. Which do you want to do?
There's no chance I'm going to beat this many people, so I'm just going to have to run.
The followers are a group of goblins, orcs, and Neanderthals. As you make a run for it, the two who are nearest try to stop you. One cracks his whip, trying to wrap it round your legs, while the other aims a dart at you. Test your luck. So, you're currently at 3 luck. So if you could roll 2d6 and hope that you get a 1 and a 2. Or snake eyes. That'd be nice.
Nope. Oh, look. What shock.
You see, now you are in a dangerous position in regards to your luck. Because now you are at a luck of 2, and you may very well fall afoul of the same luck loop that Smoo ran into last time.
Yeah. It's almost like my luck's gonna run out.
Your luck is you are skating on very thin ice, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, literally in the story as well.
Literally.
Yeah.
If the what was it? Have a look on your, it was 2 5s, wasn't it? So it was a 10. Okay.
Yeah.
If the number you rolled was odd, the dart misses you, but the whip curls itself around your left ankle, sending you crashing to the floor. If the number you rolled was even, the whip misses you, but the dart plunges into your arm. Lose 3 stamina points. If you're still able to run, turn to 177. So, that's
177 it is then.
Get rid of those stamina points. You're now down to 17 stamina.
Ah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's not too bad at the minute. 177 it is. Pulling the dart from your arm, you flee from the followers and into the tunnel. The tunnel ends quite soon at a T-junction. To your left, you can hear cries for help. If you wish to turn left, turn to 311. If you wish to turn right, that says burn right. Give me a second. You wish
Do I have the option to burn one of the tunnels?
You do have the candle. No. So you're at 137. So, left or right?
I'm going to turn left.
Okay. The tunnel ends at the edge of a pit out of which a dwarf is trying to climb, but he keeps on slipping back. The floor of the pit is covered with large ice boulders which have crashed down from the shaft above the pit. One lands on the dwarf's shoulders and you hear wild cheers from the top of the shaft as he tumbles onto the floor. The dwarf sees you and shouts, "Curse you, stranger, if you do not aid me. I see that you are not wearing a collar. If you wish to help the dwarf out of the pit, turn to 376. If you would rather ignore his pleas and walk back to the junction, turn to 57.
I think I'm going to give Peter Dinklage a hand.
Okay.
Yeah, let's help him out.
You lie down and lean over the edge of the pit, and you tell the dwarf to grab your arm. Much to the annoyance of the spectators above, the dwarf escapes from the pit. You run together back to the junction where the dwarf turns right. You tell the dwarf that you intend to carry straight on to find the Snow Witch, as turning right will lead you back to the Hall of Worship. The dwarf tells you that he must escape quickly and return to his village now that he is free. He thanks you for helping him and hands you a leather bag and then runs off. But before he disappears, he turns and shouts, "Beware the white rat." You open the leather bag and you find a sling and 3 iron balls. You pack them away and set off down the tunnel.
Okay.
So you've got a slingshot and 3 iron balls.
Is the leather bag supposed to be a separate item that they're in?
Nah. It's just what you're carrying them in, mate.
Right.
Don't read too much into it. Yeah, it's just like... it is what it is.
So I've got a leather ball bag, is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
You got a leather ball bag with some rock-hard iron balls in there.
Mm-hmm. Got 3 stones, man. That's why I'm making these choices.
You're the male equivalent of the chick from Total Recall.
Yeah.
Right, so you pack them away and set off along the tunnel. The tunnel through the glacier soon leads into the mountainside itself, and the walls change from ice to bare rock. You enter the large cavern, which has 3 other exits leading from it. One to your left, one to your right, and the main one. Carved as a giant skull, lying directly opposite. As you enter, an ugly robed man steps out of the mouth of the skull holding a glass prism. In his outstretched hands. He commands you to turn back, as only the Snow Witch's personal servants are allowed inside the mountain. If you have a magic flute, you may wish to tell him that you have been asked to come and play it for the Snow Witch, or you may attack him with your sword. So,
yeah, I don't have a choice.
You
again,
don't have the
I?
flute.
So.
However,
yeah.
Let's think about this. Was it 311? You do have the backtrack option.
Nah, let's just attack him.
Okie dokie. Turn to 156. Okie dokie. So the ugly man sneers at you as you draw your sword. He rubs his prism and suddenly 3 identical images of himself appear. They walk towards you. One each has a dagger raised in his right hand. 2 of the images must be illusions, but which will you strike with your sword? Will you strike the man to your left, the man in the middle, or the man to your right?
Well, I'd have thought it would make the most sense to attack the one in the middle. Because it doesn't really describe like how they appear.
No, it doesn't, so...
I mean, middle could be an obvious trap, but I'm going to go for it.
The illusionist laughs out loud. Your sword merely cuts through one of his images and the dagger plunges into his shoulder. Sorry, his dagger plunges into your shoulder. Lose 2 stamina points. Okay,
yeah,
so you were at 17. You're now at 15.
It's fine.
Turn to 279. Oh, God.
Oh, for God's sake!
The illusionist withdraws his dagger. In fact, I think this is the exact trap that Smoo got into.
Yeah.
The illusionist withdraws his dagger, and his 3 images prepare to strike you again. You decide to swipe your blade across all of the images in an attempt to strike the real illusionist. Test your luck. So you've got 2 luck, and you can roll 2d6 and hope that it's snake eyes.
Oh, there's a shock.
Once again, your sword fails to find its mark, and the dagger cuts into your sword arm. Lose 2 stamina points and 1 skill point. In desperation, you hack frantically at all 3 images that lunge at you with daggers drawn. You can't test your luck, really, because you're down to 1 now.
Yeah.
And then 0. So, it says lose 2 stamina points, so you're down to 13 now, and you're down to 9 skill as well.
Okay.
And we'll test your luck. You're going to be unlucky, no doubt. So we'll turn to 361. Lose 1 luck point. What the fuck?
Me.
You can't go any lower than 0. So you have literally no luck left now.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep. So I'm afraid you're locked into the
Yeah.
the luck loop.
God damn it.
And that means, I'm afraid, my friend,
Tits!
I'm so sorry, Abe.
Oh, this is my bullshit.
It is. It is some bullshit, mate.
It was a good run.
You know, I'm thinking to myself that maybe I'm going to alter it so that when you test your luck, you don't like if you want to test your luck, then you have to have a point deducted. But if the book tells you to test your luck, then you don't have to have it deducted. Because it kind of feels stupid that you can get locked in that loop.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's no way out of it. And then you'll lose no matter what the rest of your stats are.
Mm-hmm. Well,
yeah.
We'll return to the beginning of the story and we'll roll for your stats again. Start a new game. It is a shame, mate.
Yep.
But you got everything back that you started with. Actually, let's think about this. Do you want to start another story in the Snow Witch Caverns, or would you like to start a new book?
Let's try a different book, I think.
Okay. All right, I'm just editing the adventure sheet to bring it back to normal.
Yeah.
So let's think about this. What can I offer you? Because last week we had the Warlock of Firetop Mountain with Tomby. And you're on the Caverns of the Snow Witch. So, would you like to try your hand at the Forest of Doom?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Lovely. The Forest of Doom then. Right, I'll just get that set up for you.
Cool.
And we'll close down Caverns of the Snow Witch. Oy vey. What a thing to get caught on, eh?
I know, right? Yeah, Rick's got a good point there.
I'll get to the chat in just a second. Okay, I think we're all set up. Let's have a look at what the chat's saying. Steve says you're cursed. Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
So unlucky that he had a cardiac arrest. R.I.P. Tri-Testes.
Yeah.
Everyone has babes. Anyway, I remember No Chance Dungeons, but these books all seem like No Chance in Hell adventures. No, you can do it. I've managed to get through them myself.
And how many decades did that take you?
I did it last week.
Mm-hmm.
What a sentence. Would you like to try the Forest of Doom? I have a Doom Forest for you here if you'd like to try some, sir. An order.
Yes, I was wondering if I could have a sprinkling of death on top of that as well, if you could. Thank you.
Wolfie Rose coming in. Hello, Wolfie. Good to see you. Oh my god, I used to have these books. Yeah, fantastic books, mate. Abes. Welcome, Daily. Good to see you. Rick wants you to do the Vault of the Vampire. No? Anyone? Bueller?
No, I'm gonna go for Doom.
Forest of Doom it is.
Yeah, I'm just getting that accustomed to dying now. I'm just like, yeah, let's just go straight for the one that's guaranteed death. At least the other two are sort of named vaguely after potential characters you can meet. This one's just straight up, yeah, it's a Forest of Doom. You walk in it, you meet your doom.
It's a place called Darkwood Forest.
Yeah.
Just wetting me whistle before we crack on with this next adventure. Right then. So, your next adventure, the Forest of Doom, is the blurb for that. Only the foolhardy or the very brave would willingly risk a journey into Darkwood Forest, where strange, twisting paths wind their way into the eerie depths. Who knows what monstrous creatures lurk in the threatening shadows, or what deadly adventures await the unwary traveller? Do you dare enter? In a desperate race against time, deep within Darkwood, your quest is to find the missing pieces of the legendary Hammer of Stonebridge, which was fashioned by dwarves to protect peaceful Stonebridge against its ancient doom. Many dangers lie ahead, and your success is by no means certain. Powerful adversaries are ranged against you, and often your only choice is to kill or be killed. So, as with... Go on.
Try Test Easy is here to test the name of this forest.
So, as with the other books, the same rules all apply.
Yep.
You get to choose a potion, of course. Which potion would you like to choose?
I think this time I'm going to have to go with the luck one.
Okay.
For the sheer amount of times that's gone absolutely tits up.
You've got 10 provisions and your sword and your potion of luck.
Cool.
Hints on play. There is one true way through Darkwood Forest, and it will likely take you several attempts to find it. Make notes and draw a map as you explore. This map will be invaluable in future adventures and enable you to progress rapidly through the unexplored sections. Not all areas contain treasure. Many merely contain traps and creatures which will you no doubt fall afoul of. There are many wild goose chase passages, and while you may indeed progress through the ultimate destination, it is by no means certain that you will find what you are searching for. The one true way involves a minimum of risk, and any player, no matter how weak on initial dice rolls, should be able to get through fairly easily. May the luck of... Should.
Keyword should. Yeah.
May the luck of the gods go with you on your adventure ahead. So, let's roll your stats first.
Okie doke.
Let's get your adventure sheet up. So, as with the other adventures, if you can roll 1d6 for your initial skill, please. A 4 plus the 6 gives you 10. And if you can roll 2d6 for your stamina, please. 7 plus 12, that gives you 19. 19.
Yeah. Not too bad.
And your luck, please, 1d6. Ugh. Fucking hell, mate. So, you got a initial skill of 10, stamina of 19, and luck of 7. May the luck of the gods go with you as well.
I think I'm going to need all of them for this one.
Kadath's saying this was one of his favourite books. It's actually one of mine.
Yeah.
Vault of the Vampire, City of Thieves, and Forest of Doom. Definitely 3 of my top favourite books of these. Anyway, Let's get into the background. You are an adventurer, a sword for hire, and have been roaming the northern borderlands of your kingdom. Having always spurned the dullness of village life, you now wander the lands in search of wealth and danger. Despite the long walks and rough outdoor life, you are content with your known destiny. The world holds no fears for you, as you are a skillful warrior, well practiced in the art of slaying evil men and beasts with your trusty sword. Not once during the last 10 days since entering the northern borderlands have you set eyes upon another person. This does not worry you at all, as you are happy with your own company and enjoy the slow, sunny days hunting, eating, and sleeping.
This actually sounds like me.
It is literally you. It is evening, and having feasted on a dinner of rabbit spit roasted on an open fire, you settle down to sleep beneath your sheepskin blanket. There's a full moon, and the light sparkles on the blade of your broadsword skewered into the ground by your side. You gaze at it, wondering when you will next have to wipe blood of some vile creature from its sharp edge. These are strange lands, inhabited by weird and loathsome beasts, goblins, trolls, and even dragons. As the flame of your campfire gently dies, you begin to drift asleep, and images of screaming trolls flicker through your mind. Suddenly, in the bushes to your left, you hear a loud crack of a twig breaking under a clumsy foot. You leap up and grab your sword from the ground. You stand motionless, but alert, ready to pounce on your unforeseen adversary. Then you hear a groan followed by the dull thud of a body falling to the ground. Is it a trap? Slowly, you walk over to the bush where you heard the noise coming from and carefully pull back the branches. You look down to see a little old man with a great bushy beard, his face contorted with pain. You crouch down to remove the iron helmet covering his balding head and notice two crossbow bolts protruding, put my teeth back in, from his stomach of his plump chainmail-clad torso. Picking him up, you carry him over to the fire and stir the dying embers into life. After covering him with the sheepskin blanket, you manage to get the old man to drink a little water. He coughs and moans and sits up rigid, his eyes stared fixedly ahead, and starts to shout, I'll get them! Don't you fear, Gillibrand! Big Leg is coming to bring you the hammer. Oh yes, indeed I am. Oh yes." The dwarf, whose name you presume to be Big Leg, probably got a big fucking leg, is... Have you seen...
He's got a leg bigger than the rest of him. He just sort of hobbles along.
He just hops.
Yeah, it's quicker.
Have you seen The Mighty Boosh?
Yes.
Right. Have you seen the live version of The Mighty Boosh? Because there is literally a character that
years ago, yeah.
Rich... What's his name? Rich... He's an American bloke, and he's just
Rich
like
Hall?
No, not Rich. Rich Hall is the Canadian guy, isn't he?
I don't know. I know he's from North America.
He's not Canadian. That's a joke he tells. It's not Rich Hall. It's Rich. Fuck it. Doesn't matter. He does this character called Big Leg.
Yeah, he's got a big leg. I think we've established that.
He's got a big fucking leg.
He's got a big fucking leg.
The dwarf, whose name you presume to be Big Leg, is obviously delirious from the poison-tipped bolts lodged in his stomach. You watch as he slumps down again to the ground and then whisper his name in his ear. His eyes stare unblinkingly at you as he again starts to shout, "Ambush! Look out! Ambush! Ah! The hammer! Take the hammer to Gillibrand! Save the dwarves!" His eyes half close and the pain seems to ease a little, and as the delirium subsides, He speaks to you again in a low whisper. Help us, friend. Take the hammer to Gillibrand. Only the hammer will unite our people against the trolls. We were on our way to Darkwood in search of the hammer, ambushed by the little people, others killed. The map in my pouch will take you to the home of Yazdromo, the master mage of these parts. He has great magics for sale to protect you against the creatures of Darkwood. Take my gold. I beg you to find the hammer and take it to Gullibrand, my lord of Stonebridge. You will be well rewarded. Bigleg opens his mouth to start another sentence, but nothing comes out except his last dying breath. You sit down and ponder Bigleg's words. Who is Gillibrand? Who is Yazdromo? What is all this fuss about a dwarvish hammer? You reach over to the still body of Bigleg and remove the pouch from the leather belt around his waist. Inside, you find 30 gold pieces. Nice. And a map. Jingling the coins inside your hand, you think of the possible rewards which may await you just for returning a hammer to a village of dwarves. You decide to try to find the hammer in Darkwood Forest. It's been a few weeks since your last good battle, and, what is more, you are likely to be well paid for this one. With your mind made up, you settle down to sleep, having taken back the sheepskin blanket from poor Bigleg. In the morning, you bury the old dwarf and gather up your possessions. You examine the map, look up to the sun, and find your bearings. Whistling merrily, you head off south at a good pace, eager to meet this man Yazdromo and see what he has to offer. Yeah, you've just buried a little dwarf. You just sling your thing over your shoulder and
just start whistling. Walk away casually. We're off to see the wizard.
So you've got.
It should mention that he starts skipping as well at the same time.
You've got 30 gold from poor Bigleg, who's got a big fucking leg no more.
Can I take his big leg as well?
Yeah, it's the leg that Eddie and Richie have to steal in Bottom to take it to the pawn shop.
Either that or it's like a Rocket Raccoon thing, where he's like, oh, I'll get that leg.
Right, so Chapter 1. Your walk to Yazdromo's takes a little over half a day, and you arrive at his home. You arrive at his stone tower, dirty and hungry. As the tower is set back on the edges of Darkwood, some 50 meters away from the path you have been following, it is difficult to find. Finally, you walk up to the huge oak door, somewhat relieved to find that it does exist and that Bigleg had not been speaking wildly in his delirium. A large brass bell and gong hang from the stone archway. As you ring the bell, a shiver runs down your spine, and you realize that the loud bong invades a deep silence which you had not noticed. There are no sounds of birds or animals to be heard. You wait anxiously at the door, and you hear slow footsteps descending the stairs from the tower above. A small wooden slot in the door... where am I? A small wooden slot in the door slides open, and two eyes appear and examine you. Well, who are you? Demands a grumpy voice through the hole. You answer that you are an adventurer in search of the Master Mage Yazdromo, intending to purchase magical items from him to combat the creatures that Darkwood Forest. Put my teeth back in. Darkwood Forest. Oh, well in that case, if you're interested in buying some of my merchandise, you had better come up. I am Yazdromo. And then he turns and slowly climbs the stone stairs. Will you follow him up the stairs, or draw your sword and attack him?
Well, aside from the bizarreness of someone talking to you through a hole, which I'm sure certain sections of the population have experience of in the modern age, I'm going to follow him up the stairs.
You follow the huffing and puffing old man in his tattered robes up the spiral staircase to a large room at the top of the tower. Shelves, cupboards, and cabinets line the walls, all filled with large bottles, jars, weapons, armor, and all manner of strange artifacts. Nostromo shuffles past the general clutter and slumps down in an old oak chair. He reaches into his top pocket and pulls out a fragile pair of gold-rimmed spectacles. Placing these on his nose, he picks up a piece of slate and a chalk from a table next to his chair and begins to write frantically. Then he hands you the slate. So, got a whole list of goods and wares here. You've got 30 gold pieces.
Damn.
And you get to buy whatever you want, providing it does not exceed 30 gold pieces. So, let's just get to the end of this. He tells you that all the instructions for use are written clearly on the labels attached to the items, together with their suggested use. He sighs and tells you that unfortunately the magic in the items only works once, but they are the best you can buy for the money. If you decide to buy any of the items, pay for them by reducing the amount of gold on your adventure sheet, and then add the items to the relevant sections. It's a bit superfluous since I'm going to do that. Nostromo then asks you the reason for your purchase of the items, and that you tell him your story and your decision to continue the quest of the luckless Big Leg. Ah, yes, Nostromo says slowly, rubbing his chin. Heard that the good dwarves of Stonebridge had lost their fabled warhammer. Without it, their king is unable to rouse his people, despite the fact that the hill trolls threaten their village. Rumour has it that an envious king of another village of dwarves has sent an eagle to Stonebridge to steal the hammer, which it managed to do, but as it flew back over Darkwood, it was attacked by deathhawks, and the hammer dropped into the forest and was lost. Apparently 2 forest goblins found the hammer, but could not decide who was to keep it. They wrestled for hours, but gave up. Then they discovered that the handle unscrewed from the head, and the argument was settled. One kept the head, the other kept the handle. And then they parted, each happy with his new treasure. Who knows if they still have them? So I'm afraid your problems are doubled. I can tell you that the head is made of bronze and the handle is made of polished ebony. Both head and handle have the letter G inscribed in them. Your task is not easy. Good luck. You thank Nostromo and leave the room by the spiral staircase. So, the items for sale. You've got a potion of healing, potion of plant control, potion of stillness, potion of insect control, potion of anti-poison, holy water, ring of light, boots of leaping, rope of climbing, net of entanglement, armband of strength, glove of missile dexterity, rod of water finding, garlic buds, headband of concentration, fire capsules, and nose filters. So, they've all got their relevant costs there, so you just tell me what you want to buy and I'll sort it all out.
Well, I'll take a potion of healing for 3.
We'll sort out the price in a second. So, pot of heal.
I'm going to take the holy water as well. I'll take the boots of leaping as well. Rope of climbing. I assume that's what most ropes are generally used for anyway. It's kind of
well, it could be the rope of hanging.
Well, yeah. So that's 11 in total, I think. I'm going to take the armband of strength for 3. I wish it would tell you more about what these things actually do.
Yeah. Me too, buddy. Me too.
I'm going to take some fire capsules as well.
Okay.
So what's that? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17. Do you know what? I'll take the rod of water finding as well. For 2.
Okay. How are them nose filters looking at the bottom there?
I don't know, like how smelly is the forest?
Pretty fucking smelly, mate.
Yeah, I think... Nah, it's alright. I walked into the forest with earpods. I'm good. Yeah, I'll take the nose filters as well. I'm also going to take the potion of anti-poison for 2. Don't think I've got the Ring of Light, do I?
Dunno, do you bleach it, mate?
Do it Hollywood style. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take
Coffee
the Ring
enemas.
of Light as well. Yeah. So what's that? 3, 6,
Ring of
9,
Light,
11,
you say?
14, 17, 19, 21, 27. So that should leave me with 3 gold pieces, and I think I'll leave it at that for now.
Well, you won't be coming back here for a while, mate.
That's alright.
So what was that last one? I'd got Ring of Light and...
the anti-poison for 2.
I got that as well. So here's what I've got for you. I've got a Potion of Healing, Holy Water, Boots of Leaping, Rope of Climbing, Armband of Strength, Fire Caps, Rod of Water, Nose Filters, Anti-Poison, and Ring of Light.
Yeah, that's right.
Okie dokie. So how much did that come to by your reckoning?
I think it was 27.
So you got 3 gold left. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so you've paid the old man. I've added all of your things to the adventure sheet there. Let's get on with the adventure then. First of all, though, I'm just going to say hello again to some other people in the chat. Crimson Shadow, good to see you, mate.
Shadow?
He is alive because he's just started a new adventure.
Because I just died, so...
He died in the Caverns of the Snow Witch. Now he's on the Forest of Doom. So, yeah. Unlucky.
Yeah.
Kadath says, be good protecting against fungal spore attacks. I'm surprised you didn't choose things like... I
mean, the plant control would possibly be useful as well in a forest.
Yeah, or the insect control. Professor Savage Dad, good to see you, mate. Dermy calls his penis a dwarvish hammer. He's a retard.
Dermy pink.
He said that milk was couches earlier.
For fuck's sake. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna take the plant control as well. So that should leave me with 1 piece of gold left.
No, you were up to... oh, sorry, is it worth 2, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so you got 1 gold and the potion of plant control.
Yeah. Let's give this a whirl.
Okay, I've added it.
Yeah.
I've added it to your adventure sheet. Let's crack on then.
Marvelous.
Outside, in the bright light, you notice the dead quietness again. A narrow path leads northwards from the tall grass surrounding Nostromo's tower into the dense undergrowth of Darkwood Forest. In a few strides, you are surrounded by the dark and tangled forest. Stones and knotted roots seem to hide in the shadows, and you can almost believe that they are trying to trip you up. The light fades quickly, and the air becomes moist and unpleasant. Deeper and deeper you go into the gloom. Eventually, the path forks on either side of a huge old tree. Would you like to go west or go east?
Let's go west.
Life is peaceful there.
Yeah.
The narrow, overgrown path continues to weave its way through the crowded forest. Strange animal cries echo into the trees. It's not long before you arrive at another junction in the path. If you wish to continue west, turn to 76. If you wish to go north, turn to 147.
Let's go north.
The path heads north into the thick forest. In one of the few clearings between the trees, you see smoke rising from the chimney of a wooden hut to your right. If you want to look through the window of the hut, turn to 38. If you would like to continue walking north, turn to 220.
Let's be a nosy neighbor and have a look in.
What do we have here? That's a strange one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. You peer through the small dirty window of the hut to see an old woman in grubby clothes with a wrinkled face and a warty nose reading one of several books by the fireside on the far wall of the hut. A hunched-back servant is carrying more books to her from shelves crammed with old books, charts and scrolls. If you want to enter the hut, turn to 315. If you would rather return to the path and head north again, turn to 220.
I mean, it seems like she could be a witch, but I'm going to go into the hut.
Let's go in. You open the rough wooden door and walk into the middle of the dingy hut. Will you talk to the old woman or draw your sword? No,
yeah, let's have a natter.
You see, I thought in genuine sort of based on the House of Hell, where you were going around like looting this entire big house in the middle of nowhere, that you just burst in and draw your sword. But okay,
no, we'll have a natter. And if she's got a bad attitude, then I'll do it.
The old woman throws her head back and roars with laughter as you start to make your conversation. She is an evil woman. Lose one
and here we go.
And draw your sword. So you've lost one luck, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
So you're down to 6 now.
Right.
And then you draw your sword. Let's get back to it. As you draw your sword, the old woman's face changes from an expression of disinterest to that of anger. From a drawer in a nearby table, she pulls some dead flowers and proceeds to rub a few petals on her palms, filling the hut with a sweet smell. As this happens, the room starts to spin before your eyes. If you possess the headband of concentration, turn to 158. If you do not, turn to 11. Is that one of your
few things I don't have?
Yeah, unlucky. So turn to... Well, don't forget, you've got lifelines. You can backtrack if you like.
Nah, YOLO.
You start to lose your balance as the illusion distorts your mind. You close your eyes and hold your head in your hands, but it makes no difference. You reel around the room and then fall to the floor unconscious.
Oh no!
When you awake, you find that you are lying on the ground outside the wooden hut. You sit up and look inside your backpack. All of your provisions have been stolen. Luckily, nothing else is gone and you have your sword. You look inside the hut, but it is deserted. If you wish to search the hut for something useful, turn to 26. If you would rather leave the hut and return to the path and head north, turn to 220.
Yeah, let's have a search for something useful if we can.
This spreadsheet is totally acting up again.
Yeah.
Right. You decide to start your search at the wooden shelves. All the books are written in a language unfamiliar to you and contain strange diagrams. The charts... Sorry, I just had the Kama Sutra pop into my head. The charts and scrolls are also unintelligible to you. You open the cupboards and drawers, but all you find are more books, leather-bound and dusty. You are about to give up searching the room when you notice one more book on the floor, acting as a support for a broken table leg. Will you pick up the book, or give up your search and return to the path and head north?
Let's trash the place. Let's pick the book up.
Turn to 91. Here we go. You open the book and you are surprised to see that the pages are hollowed out, and in the middle, lying in the cavity, is a small jewel on a silver chain. Beside it is a parchment which reads, Eye of Amber, instructions for use. Place the necklace around your neck and question those you fear. No matter what they try to say, it's only truth you'll hear. You place the necklace around your neck and presume that you will find... presume your find will come in useful in this evil forest. Add 1 luck point, and leaving the hut, you return to the path and head north. So,
yes!
That was a stroke of luck. Well done. So we're back up to 7.
Totally back. Let's do this.
And you've got the Eye of Amber, which is a truth serum.
Sweet.
Nice. Right.
So, that's not a one-use thing, though, is it?
I think that it is whenever you need to use it, you keep it around your neck until you lose it, basically.
Yeah, cool.
Walking along the narrow path, you notice a big old tree to your left with a hole in its trunk, just above head height. If you wish to reach up and put your hand into the hole, turn to 275. If you would rather continue walking north, turn to 115.
Oh yeah, let's fist the tree. Let's just throw a hand in there.
You put your hand slowly into the dark hole, ladies. It comes into contact with something cold and hard. It feels like a metal bowl. As you start to lift it out of the hole, you wince with pain as sharp teeth of some small creature suddenly bite into your arm. You pull out your arm quickly, hanging onto your discovery. Blood drips to the ground from your wound. Lose 1 stamina point. You see that you have not found a metal bowl after all. It's a bronze helmet, and it looks about your size. So will you try on the helmet, or discard it and continue north?
Yeah, let's try it on. Let's go full-blown fashionista up in this woods.
Okay, so I'm just deducting a point from your stamina. You have 18 now.
Yeah.
And you're going to try it on.
Yeah.
You place your helmet on your head, and a surge of power starts to run through your body, making you feel strong and unafraid. The helmet has magical powers and will allow you to add 1 point to all future dice rolls when computing your own attack strength during combat, so long as you wear it. Note this on your equipment list and start walking north again. Okay. That was pretty lucky. Well done.
Cool.
So you've got the helm, +1 skill. Awesome. The path soon comes to a junction. If you wish to go west, turn to 382. If you wish to go east, turn to 227. Sorry, 277.
We'll go west.
Tomby had this habit last week.
Well, of going west.
Yeah. Going west, the path soon brings you to another junction. You decide to ignore the way south and head north.
Oh, well, if given the option, I would have gone north again anyway.
The path leads ever northwards, but at last the trees are beginning to thin out and appear less menacing as the daylight streams through between them. On the right-hand side of the path, you see an old oak chair covered with moss. If you wish to sit in the chair and rest and eat, turn to 328. If you'd rather press on northwards, turn to 118.
I don't have anything to eat, though.
That's right, actually. I've got to deduct those provisions from your...
Yeah. So I guess I've got no choice but to press on northwards anyway.
You don't have to, but you can sit down in the chair if you wish to. And rest.
Nah, like a good walk. Let's just press on.
Okie dokie. Oh, what's this?
Okay.
The path eventually emerges from the trees into a vast plain. Beyond, you see rising ground leading to low hills. The waist-high grasses on either side of the path sway gently in the warm breeze. All is peaceful and the dangers ahead seem unimportant. You are enjoying your walk when suddenly the silence is broken by the sound of squealing and grunting to the right of the path. You can see a path being made through the grass by an unseen beast moving quickly towards you. You draw your sword in readiness, and a few yards ahead of you, a large brown pig-like creature bursts out onto the path and halts there. It has 2 long tusks protruding from a short, stubby snout. Steam rises into the air from its sweating body. Its small eyes look at you, but before it puts its head down to charge at you, you must fight the wild boar. Okay, so...
Okay.
Here we go. Let's get that battle music going. And let's start your battle. So your wild boar enemy has a skill of 6 and a stamina of 5. So to start the attack round, would you please roll 2d6 for the enemy? That's 3 and 3, gives them 12. Gives them 12. Christ almighty. And 2d6 for yourself, please. A 6 and a 3, nice.
Was it a +1 for each dice for attack? Or
no,
was it
it's just
1 for
one
the whole attack?
Extra.
Yeah.
You know, it seems to be any time I enter into this frickin'
Yeah.
I just can't type anything. I can click inside of it. Okay, so that's 19 plus the 1, that's 20. You win that attack round.
Cool.
This is really doing my head in, this is. So you've you've taken 2 away from the enemy. Now if you can continue the attack round, unless you want to test your luck.
No, we'll just carry on as normal.
2d6, please. A 5 and a 4 gives them 15. And a 1 and a 4. Oh, good God. I do apologise.
It's alright.
Right, give me a second. Right, what was your roll?
A 1 and a 4, and then a +1.
Yeah, so 16. So you win that attack round.
Nice.
You brought their stamina down to 1. I think there was something wrong with the spreadsheet, because I had it saved as a macro-enabled spreadsheet. I've just saved it as a non-macro-enabled spreadsheet.
Oh, right.
And so it seems to be working a little bit better now.
Oh, job done then.
Mm-hmm. So 2d6 for your enemy, unless you wish to roll for luck. 1 and a 5 gives them 12. And 2 more for yourself, please. That'll do it, mate.
Annihilated.
Yeah. You got it.
Now we can make
with
bacon.
19. Making bacon. Yeah. Nice. Anyway, well done, mate. You did it. You destroyed the wild boar. You've defeated the enemy. Where's that? Freaking. I tell you what, it's full of all technical difficulties today. Okay. Yeah. So, as you draw your sword from the carcass of the wild boar, you wonder what made it attack you. In the distance, you hear the sound of barking dogs. Perhaps it was hunted and being trapped, made its last stand against you. Through the nose of the boar, you see a large gold ring which you cut loose and place in your backpack. It's worth 10 gold pieces. Add 1 luck and turn to 323. Nice. Okay. So I'm gonna add 10 gold, so you now have 11 gold.
Cool.
So rather than add the ring, I'll just add it to your gold.
Yep.
And 1 luck. Unfortunately, I can't add anything to your luck because
that's like the only time that I get a whole bunch of luck is the only time I don't need it.
Yep. So let's crack on. 323. Walking north, you soon arrive at a junction in the path. You may continue north, go west, or go east.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go west.
Continuing the trend.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Who's this? Looks like me, that does.
No, that's Hanayama-san.
Actually, yeah, it really does look more like him.
Yeah.
Ahead, you see that the path ends at the door of a large hut made of dried mud. It has a domed roof and a single window. You peer through the window and see a large man with dark skin sitting at a table in the middle of the hut. He's bare-chested and he's flexing his muscles of his arms. If you wish to enter the hut, turn to 209. If you would rather return to the junction in the path, turn to 349.
So it's just a man flexing his muscles.
Yep.
in a room with one window,
Yep.
presumably one table and one chair. Who is he flexing to? There's no mirrors in the room.
You must be in the red light district, or he's like, he's one of those, you know.
Oh, what's the other one? I think it's the blue light district, isn't it?
Yes, I think the red light district is for guys who want to see girls. The blue light is for guys who want to see guys, and the purple light is for guys who wants to see trans.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I know.
Look, we've all been to Amsterdam. It's fine.
Amsterdam? I have no idea what you're talking about. So, if you wish to enter the hut, turn to 209. If you want to carry on, turn to 349.
Yeah, I'm curious. I want to see what the fuck he's doing. Let's go in.
Okie dokie. As you enter the hut, the big man smiles. He looks pleased to see you and starts to speak in a deep voice. Welcome, stranger. My name is Quinn, and I earn my living with my arms. Would you care for a little wager, perhaps at arm wrestling? If you wish to accept the challenge, turn to 28. If you wish to decline his offer, you politely refuse and return to the junction in the path.
Could you just bring my sheet up again, please?
Here we go. Yes, so you have an armband of strength. You have holy water.
Yeah, I'm going to use the armband of strength and accept his challenge.
Okay, well, I guess we'll get to that. So you're accepting his challenge?
Yes.
If you possess the armband of strength, turn to 52. If you don't. So we do, so 52. Quinn explains that he will wager some dust of levitation against an item or coins to the value of 10 gold pieces. As you sit down at the table opposite him, you deftly slip the armband of strength onto your arm. You put your elbow onto the table and lock hands with him. His grip is like an iron jaw, and his dark What the heck? His dark slanted eyes look confident.
I think it's
definitely
showing its age a little bit.
It's Hanayama-san.
Yeah.
His eyes look confident anyway. His biceps bulge, and he gives the signal for the contest to begin. You start to push his arm down and are amazed at your own strength. Sweat breaks out on his forehead, and you can see the disbelief and pain on his face. You push harder and force his arm onto the table in defeat. Turn to 78. But before we do that... No, in fact, after we do that. Quinn stands up and walks silently to the wooden chest at the back of the hut. He lifts the lid and pulls out a small glass phial. He hands it to you and walks back to the table, where he slumps in his chair, looking thoroughly dejected. The dust in the phial sparkles in the light, and you put it into your backpack and leave the hut. Outside, you walk back to the junction and to the path. So, bring up your sheet. You've got Dust of Levitation, which will replace the Armband of Strength.
Cool.
Okie dokie. I wonder what that could be used for later on in the journey.
I wonder.
You arrive back at the crossroads, ignoring the way south back into the forest. Back to the forest, you may go north or continue east.
So I've just returned from going west, haven't I? So if I were to go...
fucking know. What am I, a dungeon master or something?
Let's go north. Why not?
As you walk further northwards across the plain, the grass gradually becomes shorter and the ground starts to rise gently. Ahead, you hear the roar of crashing water. Soon you reach the bank of a wide river split into 2 levels. To your right, the water is calm and slow moving, but in front of you it tumbles noisily down down a great waterfall to a gorge where the river narrows and quickly west over rocks and boulders. Steps lead down by the side of the waterfall to the bottom of the gorge, although it is difficult to see where they end because of the spray thrown up. Across the river, you see the path heading north into the distance. A small wooden boat is tied to a post to your right where the river is calm. Will you walk down the steps to the base of the waterfall or row the wooden boat across the river?
Let's walk down to the base of the waterfall.
You walk down the slippery stone steps to the bottom of the waterfall. You look up and you see a magnificent rainbow reflected in the spray. It is dark in the gorge and impossible to see through the wall of water where the steps end. If you wish to walk through the sheet of water, turn to 181. If you wish to climb back up those stone steps, turn to 326.
The music kicked in perfectly then. Yeah, let's go through the sheet of water.
Sorry, I'll just log your position 335. 181. Oh dearie me, what is this? Some fish
Toad
dude.
Man.
It's a fish dude with a trident.
It's Aquaman.
It looks just like Jason Momoa as well.
It does as well, yeah.
In the new Minecraft movie.
Yeah, he's got a pink jacket on and everything. Nice.
You walk along the steps through the waterfall into a large cavern where there is a pool of still water. The steps run around the side of the pool and there is a stone table and a chair on the far side. You go to the table and you see fish scraps lying on it. Suddenly, you hear a noise of splashing behind you. A strange creature climbs out of the pool and advances towards you armed with a trident. His legs are like a man's, but his face and torso resemble a large green fish with bulbous eyes. His arms are like yours, but are covered with large scales. He is a fish man. Ocean man.
Take me by the hand.
And you must fight him. So, here we go again with another battle.
Yep.
Let's bring up your adventure sheet. Bring back the battle music. And away we go. So your fishman friend has a skill of 7 and a stamina of 6.
Okay.
And so to start the first attack round, please roll 2d6 for the enemy. 2 and a 3 gives them 12. Let's just erase these scores, sorry. Gives them 12 and 2d6 for yourself. Nice. 6 and a 4 gives you 20, plus the 1 from your helmet. Gives you 21, and you've won that attack round, reduced their stamina to 4. You want to test your luck or carry on?
No, we'll just carry on.
Okay, 2d6 for the enemy, please.
Ooh.
A 5 and a 5 gives them 17. And 2 for yourself, please. 6 and a 1 gives you 17, plus the 1 from your helmet gives you 18. That means you win that attack round, and you've reduced their stamina to 2.
Job's a good one.
2d6 for the enemy, please. Oh.
Ooh, bastard.
Gives them 19. Oh, I don't know about this. No, you've only got 17 in total from this round, which means they win the attack round. Will reduce your stamina to 16. Would you like to test your luck and reduce the damage?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, you got to get 7 or below on 2d6.
Nice.
You did. So we'll bring your stamina back up to 17 and reduce your luck down to 6. Okay, 2d6 for the enemy, please. 1 and a 3, that's more like it. Gives them 11.
Good. Yeah.
A 5 and a 2, I think that should do it.
Yep.
Yeah, 17 plus the 1 from the helmet gives you 18. You win the attack round. You've defeated the enemy. Congratulations, Abe. You did it again.
Woo!
You made fish soup out of the fish man.
Yeah.
Well done. Good job.
Sweet.
Okay. You won, so turn to 162. There is nothing of use or value in the fishman's cave, so you walk round to the north side wall. Steps lead back through the waterfall and up the north wall of the gorge to the top. You are at the foot of some hills, and you can see the path climbing up to their midst in the north. It's getting dark and night is closing in, so you decide to camp behind some rocks to the right of the path. You build a large fire and settle down to sleep with your sword by your side. Oh, Christ.
What the fuck?
You have been asleep for about an hour when the noise of deep growling wakes you. You stand up without making a noise and grab your sword. You wait and listen. There is a full moon in the sky and the light casts eerie shadows all around. You hear soft footsteps sniffing, followed by another low growl. Then a shape which looks like a man steps out of the shadows to your right. As he gets closer, you see that his chest, arms and face are covered with thick brown hair and long teeth protrude from his mouth. He is a werewolf, and you must fight him. Doesn't look much of a werewolf.
No, it just looks like a bloke who just hasn't shaved in a long time.
I think I've dated her.
I was going to
Anyway.
say, why do half of these characters look like me?
Not quite, mate. You're not that ugly.
Oh, why, thank you.
I was
I'm
waiting
only
for you to pick up.
95% of the way there, but yeah.
Right. So back to another battle then. I don't know, you put your head down for a bit of kip.
I know, right?
Your enemy has a skill of 8 and a stamina of 9. And you're still wearing your helmet, so all of your future rolls will be calculated with that +1 in mind.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
2d6 for the enemy, please.
Oh,
2 and a 2 gives them 12.
it's a good start.
It is. And a 6 and a 1 gives you 17. Plus the 1 from your helm gives you 18. You've won that attack round. Reduce their stamina to 7. Do you want to test your luck?
Nope.
Okay, 2d6. 2 and a 3 gives them 13. And sorry, that thing's happening again.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was the fact that
It was the macros enabled.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's something going on. It's mad. Had no problems the last battle. What was the last 2 that you rolled there? Just have a
6
quick
and a
look.
1. So 7 plus 1, so that's 8 in total.
That's strange. I'm looking at the dice. And it says you rolled a 7.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that what you
6 and
said?
1. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
6 and 1, and then the plus 1. So that's 8 in total.
6 and a 1, yeah, gives you 18 again. You win that attack round. We'll reduce their stamina to 5. You want to test your luck?
Nope.
Okie dokie, carry on then with 2d6.
Ooh.
6 and a 4. Gives them 18.
Okay.
And then 2 for yourself, please. 3 and a 2 gives you 15 plus the 1 gives you 16. I'm afraid they win that attack round. Bring your stamina down to 15. Do you want to use your luck?
No.
Okie dokie. 2d6 for the enemy, please. 5 and a 1 gives them 14.
Okay.
And that was a 3 and a 2, wasn't it?
It was indeed, yeah. And then the +1.
I'm going to have to sort this out because something is dreadfully wrong.
Yeah.
That gives you 16 anyway, so you win that attack round. That's giving them a stamina of 3. So roll 2d6 for the enemy, please. Oh, that was the same again, wasn't it? 3 and a 2.
Yep, 3 and a 2.
That gives them 13. And 2 for yourself. 6 and a 4, nice.
Easy.
Gives you 20 plus the 1, gives you 21. It gives them a stamina of 1. If you test your luck now and you win on 2d6, then you'll defeat the enemy. Otherwise, just roll 2d6 for the enemy, please.
Yeah, I'll just roll.
Oh.
Fuck. Of all the times. God fucking damn it.
Well, that would have been a shite side worse anyway if you'd have tested your luck.
Yeah.
Anyway, 4 and a 2 gives you 16 plus the 1 is 17. That means they win that attack round. So we'll reduce your stamina to 13. And 2d6 for the enemy, please. 4 and a 4 gives them 16. And 2d6 for the enemy, please. Sorry for yourself. 4 and a 3 gives you 17 plus the 1 gives you 18. You win that attack round. You've done it. You've destroyed the enemy. Well done, mate.
Marvelous.
Who is it? A werewolf. Yeah, you've smashed the werewolf. Nice.
Cool. I think this is the longest streak of defeating enemies I've had so far in the show.
Well, in House of Hell, you didn't really find many people.
No.
And then you opened the door in the house and one guy tried to grape you.
Yeah.
And I think you shat yourself, didn't you? You died of death. Of fear,
yeah.
Sorry.
Because I was fighting him bare-fisted for some reason. Because I think you said you forgot to add my my stats from something. Was it a knife or something like that?
Yeah, actually, that was a little bit unfair because you picked up a knife at some point, and I had forgotten to add that score to your skill score.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Whoops. Oopsie.
Oh well, who hasn't died a few times?
If the werewolf wounded you during combat, turn to 155, which they did. If you did not receive any, add 1 luck point. Okay, so I'm afraid we'll have to turn to 155.
I'm going to turn into a fucking werewolf now, aren't I? Christ.
We'll find out. You settle down to sleep again, but you start to shake and tremble. Sweat pours from your body, although you feel very cold. Do you possess any belladonna? If you do, turn to 83. Otherwise, turn to 259.
There's only one belladonna I know of, and I haven't come across her in this game.
You haven't anyway, no. So, you feel a burning sensation inside of your body as you sink into a raging fever. You may be about to change into a werewolf yourself. Lose 3 stamina points and test your luck if you are still alive. So give me a second. Lose 3 stamina points. You're down to 10. Good lord. Just fucking type. And test your luck on 2d6.
Here we go.
You were lucky.
Oh.
That was good.
Cool.
So,
I'm a bit taken aback.
The number rolled was equal to or less than your luck score. The fever dies down and you turn to 244. The effects of the fever finally wear off and you are grateful that you can gratefully fall asleep again. In the morning, you collect your belongings and head north along the path to the hills. The ground is quite steep as the path wends its way into the hills. By the time you reach the top, the sun is quite hot. All around in the distance, you see the dark green circle of Darkwood Forest. So you're out of the forest, like you're up in the hills now.
Oh.
The mist still hangs in the tall grasses behind you, but ahead you see the valley floor bathed in sunlight. All is quiet as you start down the far side of the hill. You see a junction in the path. You may either continue north down the hill or head east along the new branch.
Can I do an ask the audience on this one?
Absolutely. So, Start a poll. Okay, audience members, I'm going to start a poll. The questions are... What? Hang on. Ooh. Why isn't it working again now? So the fact that it's not working in the YouTube chat tells me that I'm getting interference. Right, so give me a second. I'm just going to unplug and replug my mouse.
Okie doke.
Right, we'll see if that fixes it.
Let's give it a go.
Right. I've moved the receiver as well.
Yeah. A different USB slot or something.
North down the hill or head east along the branch. Okay, so... North or east. Okay, so I'm about to put the poll in the chat. Here it goes, starting a poll. So start your bidding now, you know, do your thing. Do your stuff. And I'll give you about 30 seconds. And while you're doing that, I'll just... oh, hello, Natty. Good to see ya. No loot! Kick him! Oh, it was this from when you killed the fish.
Yeah, fish man.
And not the werewolf Abe was referring to, the fish heads, roly-poly fish heads. I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, I'm not
Cthulhu
even sure
is
what
mad.
that is.
You what?
I'm not even sure what that one is a reference to.
Cthulhu is mad at you for beating up his fish folk, and the best he can muster is screwing with the spreadsheet.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Oh, Abe Wolf of London.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Is that the Bella I'm thinking of, Abe? I'm a fan. Who's that? Are you talking? Are you talking about like Belle Delphine or
No,
Belladonna?
No.
I know who Maradona is. Is that the same thing?
Oh no. Oh no.
Hell no, Major Zap says. Use some cheese to encourage the mouse to move. Indeed. Yes.
It's a solid
right.
plan.
So, oh, nearly closed the entire fucking window then. Okay, so I'm ending the poll. And it looks like very closely out of 7 votes, they want you to go north. So what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll roll with chat. Let's go north.
Okie dokie, let's do it. The path runs through a narrow gorge between 2 hills. You feel vulnerable and draw your sword, expecting to be ambushed at any moment. Unfortunately, because you are concentrating on watching the sides of the gorge, you do not see the small patch of leaves and the branches on the path ahead. Your foot goes right through the thin covering of a bear trap, and you plunge 4 meters to the bottom of a rocky pit. To add to your misfortune, a wooden stake with a sharp tip points out of the center of the pit. Test your luck.
Sake.
If you are lucky, you manage to avoid landing on the wooden stake, but fall heavily to the floor, lose 2 stamina points. If you are unlucky, the point of the stake pierces your leg as you land, and you lose 2 stamina points for the fall, and a further 2 stamina points for the injury to your leg.
Right, chat cannot be trusted. Fuck's sake.
So,
okay.
If you wouldn't mind, please, rolling 2d6.
Fuck.
Oh, buddy. So we got to lose 4 stamina points. Oh, good God. You're down to 6 now.
And
Unlucky,
I believe we're now situated on Shit Creek. And we ain't got no paddles.
You're getting close to it again, mate. You're getting close.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So you are still alive, but we have to turn to... Let's have a look. So do you possess the Boots of Leaping? If you do, turn to 228. If you don't...
I do, in fact, possess the Boots of Leaping, yes.
Is that so? Yes, you do. Okay. The pit is circular with smooth sides, and you are weak from your fall. You reach into your backpack and pull out the brown leather boots. They are very light on your feet. You crouch down, and in one mighty leap you are out of the pit. You dust yourself off and continue your walk north down the gorge.
You dust yourself off, start whistling, skipping along as you've almost just died.
I've just removed the boots of leaping from your inventory. So to 255. Continuing down the gorge, you see the handful of swords. You see the handle of a sword sticking out from a large rock by the side of the path. If you wish to try to pull the sword free from the rock, turn to 182. If you wish to continue walking down the gorge, turn to 334.
Well, I'm borderline on the verge of death already, so why not? Let's try and pull the sword free.
You take hold of the sword and place your foot against the rock. Roll 2 dice. If the number rolled is equal to or less than your current skill score, the sword slowly slides out of the rock. If the number rolled is greater than your skill score, the sword will not move. You tire and are forced to give up and continue north down the gorge. So, roll 2d6 please, and you've got to get 10 or below. It is indeed 10 or below, so well done. Tested against your skill score and won. The sword is magnificent and was obviously made by a master craftsman. It feels powerful in your hand. Add 2 points to your current skill score for your enchanted sword. Unfortunately, mate, you're at the top of your skill score.
Oh, so we can't.
Yeah, we can't add anything to it.
Every time. God damn it.
So, cutting your new weapon through the air, you set off north down the gorge. Between the hills, you see the flat green valley floor stretching ahead, and beyond, a sinister wall of trees, Darkwood Forest. On the other side of the trees lies Stonebridge, your journey's end. Arriving on the valley floor, the path ends at a junction. If you want to head west, turn to 113, or if you wanted to head east, turn to 51. So let's think about this. Between the hills and the sinister wall of trees. Okay, yeah, so you can either head west or east.
Do you know, I'm thinking we might go west.
Quelle surprise. The path makes a sudden turn to the right and heads north across the valley floor. To the left of the path, you see a large pond with a small wooden hut with a thatched roof by its edge. If you want to investigate the hut, turn to 324. If you wish to ignore the hut and continue north along the path, turn to 149.
Yeah, let's check out the hut.
Hit the hut.
Yep.
You walk round to the front of the hut and a large blue vase standing on a small... You walk round to the front of the hut and a large blue vase standing... I think that's supposed to say... And see...
Yeah.
And see a large blue vase standing on a small porch. There is nobody about. You open the door of the hut and there is nobody inside. The hut is also devoid of any furniture or objects. You walk outside again and inspect the blue vase. You look inside, but despite the sunlight, you are unable to see beyond the rim. The vase is filled with an eerie blackness. You shake it and hear a rattling sound. You may drop the vase on the ground, put your hand inside the vase, or ignore the vase and head north.
I'm too curious now. Let's drop it on the ground.
Are you sure you want to drop it on the ground?
Yeah.
The vase drops to the ground but does not break, although cracks appear all over it. You begin to feel a vibration, and then you notice cracks appearing all over the porch and the sides of the hut. The vibrations become stronger. Your whole body starts to tremble, and your head feels as though it's about to explode. Lose 2 stamina points. You're still alive. Turn to 82.
It's about right.
So you're at 6. We'll lose 2. You're down to 4 now. Turn to 82. Do you possess a potion of stillness? That's a no, I believe.
No, I don't think I do.
No, you don't. So we turn to 13. The vibrations feel like shock waves which seem to hammer your body. Your legs feel like lead and you are unable to move them. Suddenly the hut collapses and crashes around you to the ground. The sky darkens and the wind starts to howl all around you. The wind blows harder and becomes as strong as a gale, its force knocking you to the ground. You cling to the porch and shield your face from the dirt and debris thrown up by the gale. Above the deafening noise of the wind, you hear laughter following by a deep voice rejoicing, "I'm free! I'm free!" You have released an earth elemental onto the world. Lose 3 luck points. Gradually, the howling wind dies down and the skies brighten. You pick yourself up from the rubble and walk slowly back to the path to head north again.
Whistling, of course. And skipping. Oh, I might have just entered the earth. Oh, well.
So, you got a current stamina of 4 and a current luck of 3, but you do possess the potion of luck. And if you drink that, it'll bring it up to your initial luck, but it'll also add 1 to your initial luck, bringing you up to 8.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Okie dokie. So we'll get rid of your potion of luck, and we'll bring your initial luck stat to 8. And your current luck is now at 8. Lovely.
Cool.
Let's crack on.
Get the sneaking suspicion I'm going to need every single last one of those luck points.
As you walk across the valley, you see the dark green wall of Darkwood Forest looming up. Hang on. I feel like we've been here before. Before you, the path leads directly into thick undergrowth, and soon you are walking between tall, dark trees and thorny bushes. It is dark and quiet. The path forks. If you wish to go east, turn to 130. If you would rather continue north, turn to 306.
Let's carry on north.
Okay. 306. Amidst the trees to the left of the path, you see a small stone building covered with ivy and moss. You wish to examine the building, turn to 391. You wish to carry on north, turn to 112.
Yeah, let's check the building out, see if we can unleash another elemental.
It is the Forest of Doom, after all.
Of course.
The building measures only 3 meters by 3 meters and also has no windows. The door is made of stone and looks very solid. There is no handle and there does not appear that there is another way to enter the building. Then you notice a tiny keyhole in the stone door. Do you possess a silver key? You don't, so turn to 379. You may either try to charge the door down or return to the path and head north.
I get the sneaking suspicion charging the door is going to result in further injury.
Well, it'll probably, usually in those situations, it either tests your skill or it tests your luck. But I'm not going to say what it does.
I'm feeling reckless. Let's charge the door.
You step back and then charge at the door. Roll 2 dice. If the number rolled is equal to or less than both your luck and skill scores, the door flies open. If the number rolled is greater than either your luck or skill score, you bounce off the door and rub your shoulder, your bruised shoulder. So, Best of luck with this, mate. Because if you roll 8 or less, it's going to be under your skill score anyway.
Yeah. How could I possibly lose this?
Well, you could get over 8.
Because if you could just bring the page back again, please, Jack. If the number rolled is equal to or less than both your luck and skill scores, the door flies open.
Yeah. But if it's greater than your luck score, either your luck score or your skill score. So realistically, if it's greater than your luck score.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bit of a swizz, that, isn't it? That one is bit. and the other is either. All right, I'm rolling.
So, 2d6. You did it, mate.
Nice.
See, what were you worried about?
Oh, nothing. I'm suicidal at this point. I'm just, I'm just opening every door I can find.
Inside, you see stone stairs leading down from the door into gloomy depths.
Of course.
You cannot see a thing down the stairs. If you wish to descend down the stairs, turn to 351. If you wish to leave the building, return to the path and head north, turn to 112.
Now, let's go straight down those stairs. The thing is, I've got multiple things that emit light as well, but it doesn't give the option to even use them at this point.
Yeah.
God damn it.
You step carefully down the stone stairs, feeling your way as you go. Slowly, your eyes become accustomed to the dark and you begin to make out shapes at the bottom of the stairs. You are standing in a small square room with a low ceiling. The floor is thick with dust and there are cobwebs everywhere. In the middle of the room, there is what appears to be a large stone box, measuring approximately 2 meters by 1 meter. The top of it is a great stone slab. Along one of the rough stone walls, you find a small alcove with a candle in it. You may either light the candle or walk back up the stairs and return to the path and head north.
Nah, let's light the candle. Let's give it a go.
The light from the candle casts an eerie shadow around the room. In the yellow light, you see the face of an old man carved into the stone slab on top of the box. Then you notice the leg of a skeleton protruding from the shadows in the far corner of the room. You walk over to the skeleton to inspect it. The skeleton is small and the skull has sharp protruding teeth. It could be the skeleton of either a goblin or an orc. You walk over to the stone box. The slab on the top looks as if it could be moved. If you wish to try to lift the stone slab, turn to 95. If you wish to ignore the slab, return to the path and head north, turn to 112.
Now, see if we can lift it.
You try with all your might to move the stone slab, but it will not budge. Do you have any dust of levitation? Well, what a stroke of luck.
Mm-hmm.
You take from your backpack the glass vial containing the sparkling dust and sprinkle it on the stone slab. Slowly, the stone slab starts to rise into the air. You peer into the box and are horrified to see a rotting corpse lying there. Ragged clothes cover skeletal... What? Ragged clothes cover skeletal... That doesn't make sense. With flesh hanging from it. There seems to be a lot missing from this. I'm going to have to go through it again. Ragged clothes cover a skeleton with flesh hanging from it. You have lifted the lid off a coffin containing some cursed undead creature and jump back in horror as its eyes flick open. Oh shit. You are in a crypt made foul by some unknown follower of darkness. Slowly, the creature rises out of its coffin and moves towards you with outstretched arms. Do you possess holy water? You do.
I do.
You reach into your backpack and pull out the small bottle of holy water. Quickly removing the cork, you throw the water at the advancing ghoul. Thick smoke rises into the air from the burn marks made by the holy water on the putrid flesh of the ghoul. The ghoul appears to be in great pain, but through its wide open mouth, no sound is heard. It crawls into the corner of the room, desperate to escape your godly weapon. You walk over to the coffin and look inside. You are overjoyed to see, as well as 25 gold pieces, an object that the ghoul was using as a headrest, a bronze hammerhead with the letter G inscribed in it. You happily put your findings into your backpack and walk up the stairs to leave the crypt and return to the path and head north. Right, so
nice.
At this point, that sounds like one of the things that you need.
Yeah, I only need the handle now, I think, do I?
That's right. You've got the hammerhead. So we'll remove the holy water, the dust of levitation. We will add the hammerhead. And 25 gold pieces, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you now have 36 gold pieces.
Rolling in dough.
Rolling
I've only got
mate.
4 stamina left, and I'm probably going to die at any minute now.
You're going to die a rich man.
Yep.
You probably are going to die. I'm not going to lie to you. The path presses on northwards through the dense trees. Then it makes a sudden turn to the right and heads east. The path is so overgrown in places that you have to use your sword to cut through it. Your walk east is long and tiring. At last, you reach a junction in the path. Looking at Big Leg's map, you decide to head north again in the direction of Stonebridge and ignore the narrow path continuing east. The path opens out into a small clearing. To your right, you see a pile of branches, grass, and pieces of rag, the lair of some large creature. Amongst the debris and old bones scattered about, you catch the sight of something glittering. If you want to look more closely, turn to 57. If you wish to hurry along north along the path, turn to 360.
Nah, let's have a gander.
Oh, dearie me.
Oh,
what did you do?
Terrible.
You walk over to investigate the lair, but you are suddenly aware of a dark shadow being cast all about you. You hear the loud roar from above you and look up to see a dragon-like creature with legs and green scaly skin flying down to its lair. A bolt of fire shoots from its mouth out towards you. Test your luck. If you are lucky, the firebolt misses you and explodes by your feet. If you are unlucky, the bolt slams into your back, knocking you onto the ground. So, test your luck. 2d6, please. And you got to get 8 or below.
Oh, ho, ho.
The best time to get snake eyes.
Yes.
Well done, mate. You were lucky. Turn to 132. The creature landing in front of you is a wyvern.
I've got one of those in Conan.
Do ya?
Yeah.
Nice. Perhaps this guy's going to be your friend.
Maybe.
It looks at you and opens its huge mouth to let out another burning roar. It's about 10 meters long and its thick scales look hard to penetrate with your sword. Do you possess a flute? Let's have a look. I don't think you do actually, do you?
No.
No, you don't.
So, no.
I'm looking at your adventure sheet.
No.
And you don't, I'm afraid. So,
Damn it.
You don't, so we'll turn to 167. The wyvern's long tail swishes from side to side and smoke curls up from its nostrils. You draw your sword and prepare to fight this fearsome monster. It's a wyvern. And he's got a skill of 10 and a stamina of 11. Fucking hell.
Bold.
That should not be there. That should be on a different page. So we'll just put that page break in there. Okay. So, let's get on with another battle then, mate.
Alright. Today is a good day to die.
And die you will. I mean, might. Okay, mate. So, don't worry about it, right? Because, you know, although you've got 4 stamina, you've still got luck on your side. You've got equal skill to the Wyvern.
Yeah.
So, you know, the game's afoot. And you've also got the helmet, which gives you 1 extra skill.
Yeah. Okay.
So, roll 2d6 for the enemy, please.
Bollocks.
Well, that's not a good start, mate.
No.
That gives them 20. Let's hope you get double 6s. 2d6 for yourself.
Fuck.
Nope. That gives you 16 total. That means that they win that attack round. But you can test your luck and give yourself a luck point back if you're successful.
All I've got left is luck. So yeah, let's give it a go.
2d6 for the enemy then, please. You are lucky.
Nice.
Well done. We'll give you a stamina point back. Okay. 2d6 for the enemy, please. A 1 and a 4 gives them 15. And 2d6 for yourself, please. A 3 and a 3 gives you 16, plus the 1 from the helmet gives you 17. You win that attack round, and you reduce their stamina to 9. Would you like to test your luck and reduce it by another 2 points?
Yep.
Okay, 2d6 for the luck. Nice work. We'll reduce another 2, giving them 7. Okay, 2d6 for the enemy, please. A 1 and a 5 gives them 16. And 2 for yourself, please.
Ooh.
2 and a 6 gives you 18, plus the 1 for the helmet. That's 19. You win that attack round. You bring them down to 5. Would you like to test your luck again or carry on?
I'll test my luck, please.
All right.
2d6.
2d6. Oh, unlucky, mate.
Also.
We'll give them 1 point back. Okay, 2d6 for the enemy, please. A 5 and a 3 gives them 18. And 2 for yourself. Oh no, 1 and a 3 gives you 14, plus the 1 gives you 15. I'm afraid they win that attack round. You've got 1 stamina left. If you want to test your luck, now be careful about this, because if you want to test your luck, if you're lucky, you'll get 1 stamina point back, but if you're unlucky, you will die.
I'll test my luck. Why not?
Yeah. Right, I'm gonna be generous to you, because I am a generous god. You're not usually allowed to do this, but I'm going to allow you to take your potion of healing that you have, but I'm not going to bring you back to your initial stamina. Okay. You'll only get half of that back.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
all right, I say
yeah.
half. I say half. It's half of 18. Half of 19. half of 18 is 9, isn't it? So I'm going to give you... Yeah, I'm going to give you the 9 back instead.
That's very
so
gracious.
So bring you up to 10.
Thank you.
Okay. So you're
now
still
I've
in
got
the
more
game.
points. Now I've got more points to die with. Great.
Okay. So 2d6, please.
Okay.
2 and a 4 gives them 16. Three and a 4 gives you 17, plus the one that you would have had from the helm. That gives you 18. You win that attack round. Bring their stamina down to 4. Okay, do you want to test your luck? You got to get 4 or below on 2d6.
No, I'm just going to go to the next round.
Okay, 2d6 for the enemy, please. 5 and a 1 gives them 16.
Okay.
And 2 for yourself. 3 and a 5 gives you 18 plus the 1. That's 19. Brings their stamina down to 2. Next attack round, please.
Oh. Damn it.
5 and a 4 gives them 19. 2 for yourself. Oh.
God damn it.
3 and a 1 gives you 14, plus the 1 gives you 15. We'll reduce your stamina down to 8. 2d6, please. That's better.
Okay, that's more like it, yeah.
Gives them 13. Gives you 13, plus the 1 from the helmet.
Sweet.
Which means you did it, buddy.
Nice.
Well done. Congratulations, buddy. I am so pleased that I gave you those points back.
Oh, there's nothing quite like fudging the rules a wee bit.
I just wanted it to go on for a little bit more, mate. That was all.
Yeah. Because, Jack, we're just normal men.
We're just innocent men playing an innocent game. Well, congratulations, Abe. You did it.
Cheers.
You beat the bastard wyvern. He's a wyvern beater. You walk around the motionless wyvern and start to rummage through its lair, and surrounding debris, you find a gauntlet made of plate iron, and a throwing knife, and 10 gold pieces, and a gold ring. Wow. You put the knife and the gold pieces in your backpack. So, I'll just add those gold pieces. You've now got 46 gold pieces. You are rolling in gold.
Let's hope I live long enough to spend them.
Live long and prosper.
Yeah.
You put the knife. So you got like some kind of knife as well. Okay, so
how many weapons do I have now?
I've
got like my sword, some daggers, that dazzling sword as well, and then this knife.
Weren't the daggers in the old game?
Oh, I'm not sure. It might have been.
Yeah, the daggers were in the old game because I don't have them here.
And that sword that I pulled out didn't seem to suggest it gave any benefits or anything, did it? It was just a nice looking sword.
Not really, mate, yeah. If you were to somehow lose 2 skill along your journey, we would use that sword to add 2 back, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, it doesn't really do anything. Okay, so with the other things, are you going to try on the gauntlet, try on the gold ring, or leave both of those items and head north along the path?
See, this sounds like the hand of Sauron. Because he had a big gauntlet on his hand with a gold ring. I'll try on the gauntlet.
You slip the gauntlet onto your hand and take hold of your sword. Slicing the air with it, you feel more than usually skilled with your weapon. You now possess a gauntlet of weapon skill, which will allow you to add 1 point to all future dice rolls when computing your own attack strength during combat, so long as you wear it. Note this on your equipment list. If you wish to try on the gold ring, turn to 133. If you would rather ignore the gold ring or have already tried it on, you must head north again along the path. So give me a second to add it to your... So you got the gauntlet plus 1 skill.
So
do you want to try on the ring or carry on?
Yeah, I'm going to try the ring on as well.
Okay, what was your question?
Nothing. I was just saying. So I've got like +2 attack for every
roll.
Sweet.
So you're going to try on the ring, yeah?
Yeah.
Slipping the ring onto your middle finger. Nice. You are suddenly gripped by an agonizing pain. Eventually the pain subsides, but you are unable to take the ring off. You are wearing a cursed ring of slowness, which will force you to subtract 2 points from all future dice rolls.
Gone from +2 to just normal.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Well, at least I've got a nice ring and a nice gauntlet.
If you wish to try on the gauntlet, well, you've already done it, so 360.
Yeah.
All right. So, you've run into this bunch of bastards. Walking along the narrow path, you suddenly hear the sharp crack of a twig breaking and the whispering of low voices. You draw your sword and wait anxiously with your back to a large oak tree. Then, from behind the trees opposite you, step 4 men and a woman dressed in green tunics, each looking menacing as they stand with swords and axes in their hands. The young woman steps forward and tells you that you are trespassing on their territory and you must pay a levy of 5 objects from your backpack or face the consequences. So, if you wish to give them what they want, turn to 279. If you would rather spit on the ground and reply and fight them, turn to 104. Now, let's look at your inventory.
Can't I just pay them off? I've got so much gold.
Well, I guess you could. But what I would say is, since you've...
Yeah. The helm and the gauntlet are no longer useful.
Well, no, but they are. Because without them, you don't have the additional 2 to make it your normal score with the ring. Does that make sense?
Oh, really?
So if you remove the helm and the gauntlet,
so then I'd be
you will now just be rolling 10 skill minus the 2 because of the cursed ring.
God, that fucking sucks.
But you can give them the knife. You could give them the Eye of Amber, which you've not really used. I don't know. I'll allow you to use 5 gold to pay them off.
If I can use 5 gold, I'll do that.
Okie dokie. So you now got 41 gold.
Okay. It's the benefit
Treats
of
all
being
the
rich.
items.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So make the necessary deductions to your equipment list. Okay. The bandit woman takes the items from you and steps back for you to pass. You head north again and soon notice the trees beginning to thin out on either side of the path. Eventually, the path leads out of the trees into a ploughed field. You are out of Darkwood Forest. Turn to 204. The path leads through the field to a stone bridge over a clear stream. Beyond the bridge are the small cottages and wooden huts of the village. A sign on the bridge reads, Stone Bridge. You cross the bridge, if I have to say fucking bridge again, you see two old dwarves with a long white beard standing by a cottage, looking at you. Do you have the hammerhead and handle with the letter G inscribed in it? If you do, turn to 400. If you possess neither or only one of these items, turn to 381.
Yeah. Only got one.
I just want to say, right, at this point, you are the closest person to get to turn to 400. Turn to
really?
400. 400 is the final chapter in the book. In
Sweet.
every single book, there are 400 paragraphs. So when you see turn to 400, you know you've won the game. But
so
I'm
is this
afraid,
Hall of Fame worthy?
You're the closest to get to 400 so
yeah.
far. But I'm
Close
afraid
enough.
we've got to go to
Everything's going to go
381.
tits up. Great. Oh.
You have failed in your quest to help the dwarves, being unable to face Gillibrand, their king. You decide to head east and find a place to rest after your perilous adventure. Perhaps you may try again. If you do, you must walk around Darkwood Forest back to Nostromo's tower to purchase more of his magical items and turn to 98. So,
Okay.
would you like to end your quest, or would you like to go back to Nostromo's tower?
Let's go back to the tower.
Okay.
I've
Turn
got
to
way more gold than I
98.
had before.
Yeah. On your long walk around Darkwood Forest, you are attacked by a large group of wild hill men, probably the same group who attacked Big Leg and his party 2 days earlier. Test your luck. If you are lucky, you manage to run away from them without being hit and by the rain of arrows which falls all about you. If you are unlucky, you slip and fall as you run, pierced by many arrows, and your adventure ends here. So,
Fuck's sake.
test your luck. You got to get 4 or below on 2d6.
Okay. Drum roll, everyone.
Wish him the best of luck.
Fuck. We all knew this was going to be the end.
And I am sorry, my friend, but that is the end of your journey.
Damn it.
But congratulations, mate. You are the closest person to get to... as close as you can get to 400.
Yeah.
So, well
I'm
done,
sure that'll
buddy.
give me some solace.
I don't know, does it?
No. I mean, I may as well be 399 pages away still.
Well, you may as well be now, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're dead.
Died.
Now the enemy has Abes. Abes.
Yeah, and that's on them. They should have known better.
Yeah, he could have backtracked, but it's too late. He's dead now. And it's the end of the show.
Yeah. Yeah, real world time constrictions are sort of yeah.
Jack is a cat playing with his kill. Yes, a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Well,
disguised
guys,
his generosity.
Legatus, yes, he could have, but we're not playing anymore. It's over. The game's over. He can always come back some other time.
Yeah.
However, thank you for coming back and finishing your quest in Caverns of the Snow Witch, and for starting a new adventure in the Forest of Doom. You've allowed us to play a book that we haven't played so far on the channel, one of the newer books that I added to the list. So, job's a good one.
Yeah, it was fun.
We're going to say goodbye to you shortly and put you in the back. But before we do that, I would like you to please shill your wares.
Actually, tomorrow night I'm going to be on Daramuth's. Then the next thing I'm going to be on is a few hours after that. I'm going to be on Beelzebub. Then later on Saturday evening, I'll be on Anime After Dark over on Tomby's channel. Then I'll be on Samuel the Infamous's channel. Pretty much straight after that as well. Then I'll be doing more gaming on Tuesday over on Tomby's. The Hump Day Chinwag on Wednesday, also on Tomby's. And then maybe more gaming next Thursday, and that's all I've got for this next week, I think.
That's great. So make sure you go and check him out on all of the channels, do all of the things and the stuff. And Abe, thank you so much again for coming and joining me again. But unfortunately, your adventure is over, and we must now say goodbye.
All right. Bye, Jack. Bye, folks.
Take care of yourself, mate.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And as for myself, you can catch me on Twitter at JackTarLad. You can find me here on YouTube at JackTarLad. You can also find me on Rumble at JackTarLad. However, what I would really appreciate is if you could follow this link in the chat and go over to Rumble to follow the Read and Roll channel that I created over there. I am trying to get into the Rumble Creator Program, and I need to get up to at least 100 followers. Now, I'm at 12 followers on the Read and Roll channel. But I would like a few more. So if you're not already subscribed to me on Rumble, please go over to my Jack Tarlad channel on Rumble and follow me there. But also, please follow that Rumble link to the Read and Roll channel, this one, and give me a follow there, because I really need to build up the numbers. I'm up to 69, maybe 70 now, followers over all of my channels on Rumble. I need 30 more to 31 more just to get up to eligibility for the Rumble Creator Program. So please, all of the likes, shares, subscribes, all of that kind of stuff, it all goes towards helping me. And if you wouldn't mind doing all those things and stuff here as well, share the stream. I've been uploading the previous episodes of Read and Roll to the Read and Roll channel. I'm hoping that I'll be able to start going live there with these shows very, very soon. Next week, we have Yarn Witch, who was supposed to be on this week, but she was a bit under the weather this week, so Abe and Yarny... Oh, Major Zap, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for well, it's a pleasure to have you here, and thanks for subscribing. I thought you were already subscribed. Never mind. Thank you so much anyway. But yes, next week, same time, 10 o'clock, British summertime. That's 4 p.m. Central. Come and join us for another Read and Roll where we'll have Yarn Witch. And then the following week, I believe, we've got Daramuth back. Yeah, for his continuing journey. But until next time, boys and girls, just want to say thank you to everyone in the chat. Who have we had here? We've had so many people. We've had Legatus Legionis, of course. We've had Anonymous. Kadath was here. Greg. Who else? A guy who is sleepy. Rick Cleary, thank you for coming. We've had Abe in the chat. Davey Verse, Daily Dysfunction. Psychotic Mongoose. Who else? Steve, thank you. Uncle Martin's been here. Who else? Major Zap, of course. Just scanning through you all now. Crimson, I believe it was Crimson Shadow here. Yes, he was. Wolfie Rose, Grizzled Entertainment. Am I missing anybody? Natty McBatty, of course. Natty was here. Can't forget Natty. Prophetic Apathetic. Thank you all for being here. You've been wonderful and joining in and giving some encouragement to Abe. Anyway, Ben Dover as well. Yes, thank you, Ben. You're all great. Thank you so much for being here. Anyway, till next time. Thanks a lot for all your subscriptions and follows and help and all that kind of stuff. And until we see you next time, take care. Good night.